Hi, air signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your November 2021 reading for all the air signs. So Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I do a video every Saturday, except if there's 4 Saturdays in the month. No, if there's 5 Saturdays in the month, I take the 4th Saturday off. So air signs, let's get into your reading for the month of November. The first card is Unfinished Symphony. The next one is Time for a Nap, Observer, and Thinker. So this is already telling me you guys have some unfinished business that isn't, you haven't, so this is all about, like, first of all, you have unfinished business with somebody who loves music. How about that? I can tell you this person loves music, and you have this unfinished business, and that's okay. You'll finish it when the time is right, but you are exhausted. It says time for a nap, and a lot of times this is workaholism. Your permission to rest. You're allowed to rest. You're exhausted from all of this. And you guys are looking out beyond the stars to see what is coming in for you, but you're thinking about it because you're not really sure yet, and that's okay. So I'm going to read from the book to discuss, to tell you a little more deeper to get this of what is going on. I know you guys are in your head a lot, like a lot. So you need to start coming out of your head. And I'm telling you, what just came to me is your head got pulled out of your asshole as a result of this relationship or job or whatever it is. So if you heard a pop, it was your head coming out of your ass. Get sunglasses. That is all. You're going to need them. The world is bright, and it is big, and it is out here waiting for you. It is really here for you. This might have rocked your world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The rug got pulled out from underneath you. It needed to get pulled out in order for you guys to get out and observe and see the bigger picture. It had to happen. Usually our biggest gifts are from the most amount of pain. When you're in it, you can't see it. When you're going through it, it doesn't feel like that. When you get to look back on it, one day you're going to be able to say, thank you. You might not be there yet. You might not be there now. It might take you a month. It might take you months. It might take you a year. It could take you years. It could take you decades. It doesn't matter. This person was here to move you forward. So let's see. Time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery, lesson, or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur. The answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what is past so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. You guys, you can move forward, but I don't want to say but. You can move forward, and you are moving forward. However, when you get the closure that you really, really need, you stop wondering, what if I would have did this? When you have closure, you will no longer wonder, if I said this, if I did this, if I noticed this sooner, would the ending would have been different? I'm going to tell you, the ending would have been the same. However, when you were able to let go of all of that, that's when you're going to be able to move forward with ease and grace. You are moving forward, but there's still like a pull pulling you back because there's some things that aren't finished yet. You will do it when you're ready. There is no rush for this. However, the sooner you're able to do it, the better you'll feel and the easier it'll be to let this go and move forward. So it's kind of like, you know, the ball and chain? It's like trying to move forward with carrying a big ball tied to your ankle. Like you can do it, but it's heavy and it sucks and it's holding you back. So it sounds so easy to do. So how do you move forward? First, you have to acknowledge that you have a ball and chain tied to your ankle. If you're like, oh, I don't have a ball and chain, I'm good, I'm over it. Like a lot of times what happens is they might say something or do something, brings you right back. They're just showing you a part of yourself that you haven't healed yet. So it's almost like somebody is holding a mirror up when you're not ready. When you are ready, you can take a look in that mirror. So this is a process. It depends how long you were in it. If you were in something for 5 years, and you think, oh my God, if I got out of this sooner, it wouldn't hurt as bad, or I would have known better. You know, like, no, you would hurt. You would hurt for as long as you need to hurt. You would recover for how long you need to recover. There's no timeline to tell you how fast you should be able to do it. But how you do it is maybe go to a counselor, start talking to other people. Maybe you can start journaling about it. All of these things, not one of these things. You can join a 12-step support group. You can, if there's not what you need out there, it's your job to create it, by the way. But you need multiple things to do, not just, oh, I go to counseling. I go to counseling and I started to write about it and I started to call a friend about it. You know, you need multiple things. And I started to, you know, pray and meditate. And I started to go to yoga. Like, you need multiple things to do, not just one thing. And I don't want to say get over it, because I say heal from it. You got to clean out the wound before you can start to heal. So this is about going out and gutting it out. Gut out the entire wound. And you know, I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a dermatologist and they're like, oh, it was a lot deeper than we thought. It's always deeper than you think. It's like moving. When you move, you're like, I don't have that much stuff, and the movers come and you're like, holy shit, I have way more than I thought I did. The wound is deeper than you think it is. That's what I'm going to tell you. So time for a nap. You guys are goers, you're doers. Being and doing less is your job. And that is a job, by the way, especially because you guys are movers, shakers, doers. This is permission to do nothing. That is your job. And it says rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is the time to step away and rest. Let the cares of the world go. Go into a state of non-action. Allow yourself to be free from the shackles of your goals. Funny, I was thinking about the shackle and the ball. Your list, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from the inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you. Absent any force or consciousness direction as you observe without engagement. You guys, this is the hardest thing for you to do. So what can you do while you're resting? It doesn't mean you just have to sit and lay on a couch. You can start taking yoga. You can start meditating. You can start just watching TV if you don't watch TV. Like, just slow your roll. It sounds so easy, but I know it's not for you guys. So it is a practice, and you practice it daily, and you do the best you can, and maybe start with 5 minutes. This is the divine giving you permission to take a step back. So I know that's a job for you. So be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. If you forget, watch this video again. Go out for hikes, laugh, paint, sing, go to concerts. Do the things that are fun and that bring you joy. If you don't know what they are, start trying different things. Go for activities. Ask other people to go with you. And you can go by yourself too. So it says perspective, objective, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experience, so much that they come to a belief that these are their only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times. This is the perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. So this is saying, okay, if you guys thought things, because maybe you kept your world small, and I'm not going to say your world is small, but you kept like a tight-knit group. And when you think that, wherever you are in your life, you will find people who will meet you there. So if you think things are a certain way, you will find people who support that. This is normal. We all do it. People meet us where we are. And so this is the divine asking you, or letting you know that you can observe, that you can see where other people are, that maybe there's different ways of looking at things. So the way that I'm able to look at things now, I did not always look at things the way I do now. So I used to look at things, or I'll say people, I'd be like, you're an asshole, you rejected me, I think you should suffer. I think my job is to help you suffer, because hurt people hurt people. And when I was hurt, I wanted other people to hurt. And as I've gotten better and I've worked on cleaning out my wound and healing, and trust me, the wound was way deeper than I thought it was too. It's really deep. But in order to get better, I had to go in and clean out the wound. And I found people who met me where I was. And now I'm able to meet you with love, because that's where I live now. I live in love. But there was a time that I didn't live in love. I lived in fear. I lived in guilt, and I lived in shame, because that's what I was brought up in. So as I'm healing this deep freaking wound, I've gotten to the point where I live in love, and that's where I can meet people, is with love and with compassion. And you guys are seeking love and compassion, and I know that. And everybody needs love and compassion. And everybody does better with love and compassion. I don't need people to make me feel bad for things that I've never learned or didn't know how to do. I can do that on my own for free. So if you're around people who make you feel bad for not knowing or not being able to do better, this is just the divine's way of letting you know there are other people meant to help you, okay? So you don't have to go to people who make you feel bad for not knowing how to do things that you were never taught how to do. And how you talk to yourself, how you talk to others is secretly how you talk to yourself. So the next one is thinker. And you guys, you're brilliant. And you are thinkers and contemplators. And maybe you need to like have it all thought out before you do it. But it says the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for at this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are as exactly as they seem. You have all the information that you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. You guys, I don't like that this is a game. I don't believe that life is a game. I think we're all on the same team. And team stands for together, everyone achieves more. Team stands for together, everyone achieves more. So, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like, this is not, life isn't a game to me. Games are supposed to be fun. I get that, but like, I feel like games are like, then there's a winner, then there's a loser, and black, white, all, nothing, good, bad. And I believe we're trying to eliminate that and get to the gray and live in the middle and integrate. So, this is all about trusting yourself too. You can trust yourself. And I think this relationship made you doubt and second guess yourself a lot. And this is the divine saying, you don't have to doubt or second guess yourself. If you think it to be true, you are right. And it's okay to be right. Now, do you have to go around and let everybody know that you are right? At first, abso-fucking-lutely. We all have to do that. I think you need some confirmation and some validation that you can trust yourself. And the only way you can do that is by being like, I was right, and you had to prove it and show it to the person. Part of that process of when people are like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I used to think, if I am right, I am happy. And I was. When I was right, I was happy. And I was happy to show you that I was right. I needed to let you know that I was right. As I've been given the gift of healing, the gift of grace, I no longer need to go back and prove that I'm right that second. I'm now able to walk away and let the chips fall where they may and let the other people figure them out. But I did go through a phase like, fuck you, you figure it out. I'm not here to show you. So like, you have to go through that. That's part of the process. So now I can say, I'm sorry you can't see it this way. I need to go. And let the truth come out when it's supposed to, and not go back and show them. And that is the gift of grace. It takes a long time to get there. So you will get there. All of the air signs, you are being given, you've been going through this process, and it's different for everybody because it depends how long you've been this way. So give yourself some time. I know for me, my process of recovery from cleaning out, I'm still cleaning out the wound. Actually, no, I don't think I'm cleaning it out anymore. I think it's starting to heal. I think I dug as deep as I could. I think it's first being able to even acknowledge that there is a wound, and you guys have acknowledged the wound and you're healing. So it says embarking on an adventure, and it's a hot air balloon. And it says, I savor the wonders of the world. So this girl is going out there and she is seeing there is a brand new world out there. But first, she has to check it out on her own. And that is totally okay. The next one, emerging into grace. This is for you, Noelle. Grace, 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 grace. So it says, I open my soul to grace. But this girl is exhausted and she is resting because you don't just emerge into grace. You've come out of major trauma, all of the air signs. You have lived in trauma for a really long time. So part of this process, part of grieving, part of healing, the first stages of it is denial. Nuh-uh, that never happened to me. I've healed that shit. Or, my life was great. And then you go into, I can't believe this fucking happened. Like anger and resentment. And then there's sadness after that. There's degrees of grieving, but this person, after the sadness, depression, and it's exhausting, and it's a pause. Depression is deep resting. You are not lazy. You are tired and you are exhausted. And depression is deep resting. It is a pause. And some people's pauses are longer than others. It depends how long you were in the trauma for. We're also living in trauma right now, whether people are recognizing it or not. If you weren't acknowledging your trauma before, we are living in trauma, and a lot of people their Band-Aid got ripped off whether they wanted it to or not. And a lot of people don't know what's happening, but their trauma was reactivated with this pandemic. But I don't think what people realized is that they already experienced trauma before this, and this whole pandemic just brought it up to the surface. So I hope you can see that with yourself and with others, and be as kind and compassionate to yourself and others as you can. But it says renewing your life, and this is a box of clutter, and this girl is pushing the clutter off of the edge. Radiant vitality is filling my life. So you guys are getting rid of the stuff that you don't need anymore. And it's beautiful because it says radiant vitality is filling my life. And the next one says listening with your heart. And I keep thinking of that song, Listen to Your Heart by Roxette, before you tell them goodbye. And it says, I trust the messages I receive from my heart. So you guys, you are divinely connected, and you are starting to live through your heart, and you getting rid of this clutter. You were living out of your head, and now you're like, I can live out of my heart, and you can live out of both. You're connecting the two. So I am so proud of you, air signs. You guys are doing amazing. The divine wants you to know what a great job you have done and you are doing, and it's okay to rest. You are not lazy. So I'm going to read a few more cards for you guys. They're coming out. The first one is manifestation, and it says your dreams have an untold energy. So it says, open the door, let them live. Desire and belief are your power. So what this is saying is maybe your dreams, maybe you're starting to remember your dreams. Maybe God, the divine spirit source, your angels, your ancestors are starting to talk to you while you're dreaming, while you're sleeping. So what I can suggest for you guys is to get a journal and keep it next to your bed. And if you have a dream and you remember it, as soon as you get up, write it down, put the date on that. It's going to help with your manifestation. It is going to help with you connecting your spiritual puzzle together. So it says awareness. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. The signs and omens are everywhere. And it was just reaffirming what we just saw, that you guys, you are looking with new eyes. Imagine like when people say, and I don't know if you've ever had cataracts or not, or maybe you're too young, but people say when they have cataract surgery, before they have cataract surgery, it's like a film is over their eyes. And as time goes on, they don't even realize that it's there because it's so gradual. But then when it gets removed, it's like they're seeing colors for the first time, like they're seeing life for the first time. And I feel like that's what's happening to all of you right now, air signs. So Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, your eyes are you're seeing the world with new eyes. And it's so beautiful. And you guys are like kids again. And honestly, it is so beautiful to witness kids learning, seeing, and growing for the first time. Everything they do is just with like awe and wonder. And I feel like that's what's happening with all of you air signs right now. And it says power. Call upon the elements. Focus your attentions. The greatest dragon is within you. So you guys, you are coming and stepping into your power. And your power is all about trusting yourself. You can trust yourself. And if you can't remember this, I would love for you to write this on a piece of paper, maybe do it on a Post-it, put it on your bathroom mirror or where you look at yourself to get ready. I can trust myself. I am being divinely guided. I can trust myself. I'm sorry for whatever happened to you that made you think that you couldn't trust yourself. The divine wants you to know that you can, and you guys are so loved. This is your sign signing off to all the air signs for the month of November. Thank you so much.